Our score through 3. And we proceed onward to 149. Jayden Scott of North Carolina made his ACC debut for the season last week, fell to NC State. He'll face a top 30 wrestler tonight in Finn Solomon, the redshirt freshman from the Pittsburgh area.
Jayden Scott out of New York, 14-11 overall, got those 2 tech wins. Now getting into some of the bigger guys, a little bit different of a style, not as acrobatic, you'll see, but Scott, just like Guanajuato, an opportunity to go against some very good competition and to try and pick up a win. Now 6-3 in this overall duel. UNC trying to pick up that first win in ACCs. Good start so far.
Finn Solomon in his first year at Pitt spent the true freshman season at NC State last year. Competed unattached throughout the year, took a red shirt, went 16-3. Jayden Scott 14-11 on the season, 5-4 in dual competition for the Tar Heels.
Scott, another member of this young core that North Carolina has, as he already gets in on a leg. Good whizzer from Solomon. Solomon with that whizzer, restricting Scott from getting around. You see how his left arm is just pinned. That's the goal, is you don't want to allow them to slip that out and get behind, because if they get both arms out and behind, that's the 3 points.
Solomon to a knee. Scott dips low.
Both these guys have a tendency every once in a while to slip into that 3-point stance, something they like to do. It also throws something different at the guy you're wrestling, because it's not always a common thing. There it is again from Scott, really good at getting that single leg.
Already seen him be unable to finish this for 3 once.
He's got much better position on this one, though. Has the high single. Solomon's trying to move towards outside. There it is, gets to the second and gets the 3 points.
Second time proves to be successful for Jayden Scott. It's North Carolina's second takedown as a team tonight. Returns him to the mat. They step away, back to center we go.
Just a really nice high single here. Goes for the low. You don't see that enough, in my opinion. At least in the matches we've been calling, a lot of times they'll get the high single and they'll try to take him down a different way. I think the best way to do it is dip low, get to the other ankle if you can, and take him down that way. Solomon not able to defend it there, and Scott still on top.
Here's Scott here. You want to make sure Solomon doesn't get away in the final 20, now 10 seconds.
You can tell he's doing everything to make sure he doesn't get that point, and Solomon, good job to get out.
Able to pull one back by the conclusion of the first period and terminate the riding time clock shy of a minute.
Good first period, great first period for Scott. And if you're Coach Rob Cole, you got to be so happy with how your young guy, and I say young guys, a lot of this team is young, but they're young guys who are not staples in the lineup, have come out so far, and Squat and Guanajuato have been fantastic. Being aggressive in that first period.
Well, it goes back to our conversation with Tony Ramos and the Carolina coaching staff. That was the focus this week. It's quite simple. You can't win if you don't score. Sure, there's ways to win defensive bouts. We saw it from Spencer Moore at 125, but that's more the exception than the norm. And so Carolina worked really hard on that this week, and we've seen it on display with, as you said, Nick, these young guys, Guanajuato and now Jayden Scott.
And I bet you next time we talk to this staff about that match with Lachlan McNeil, they'll be upset about how he wasn't as aggressive. And, 6-2 loss, no takedowns in that one. That's something they're going to look at.
Half the second period gone. Riding time now starting to build up for Solomon. Scott's been unable to get away and return himself to a 3-point lead. We'll go back to center here. And Solomon 1-1 in ACC duels this year. Earned a pin victory last week. His third of the season. Scott trying to dance away. Thought he got free there for a second. Instead, they step out of the circle and will return to center.
Very unexpected roll from Scott. Nearly caught Solomon off guard. Almost gets put down. He kind of rolled him himself, and then Scott used it to his advantage. Nearly just climbs away. Solomon chasing him down. Both these two won it.
You saw it there, Nick. Scott was maybe a half step away from slipping free and picking up the 4th point.
Good job by Solomon to stick with him and run him down.
Stall warning stops the clock at 20.2. Finn Solomon trying to ride out Jayden Scott here. Prevent Scott from earning the escape point. Build up the riding time to over a minute and make that a factor.
Scott's got to break the hole. He's trying. Turn it.
3 seconds left to try and do it. And Solomon's going to hang on. Scott unable to earn the escape point through the second period. Solomon builds himself 75 seconds of riding time. And now we'll start down.
This is a great situation for Scott because he can start to negate that riding time that Solomon built up. He has the lead. He's got to keep him down, though.
Return to the mat. That'll chew up time to push this riding time under a minute. There you go. So now, even if Solomon escapes, he's not going to have the riding time point, at least at the moment.
So the situation for Solomon is almost still the same. Get out and get a takedown, and you get the win.
He does get out, earns the escape point, 3-2. But Scott achieved the first objective there, which was if Solomon was going to get away, you had to take the riding time point out of the equation.
He got just enough time on top to take that out and not let it be a factor. Now Scott cannot get taken down. But continue to be aggressive. Be smart. Make sure, because Solomon right now, he's the attacker. He's the aggressor. So you don't want to give him all the control in the match. Keep on fighting back and fighting tough. Scott's doing just that right now.
Two redshirt freshmen likely to be staples in the ACC for years to come.
Scott is just also so strong. You look at the upper body, the strength he has makes him a weapon at the 149 weight class.
Defended it well there.
Very well.
Both wrestlers back to their feet. Do we see a change in level for a late aggression here from Solomon?
You just saw the clock.
And it's Scott that's got the leg. Under 10 to go. Solomon fighting. He grabs the rights, but they'll scramble away over the final seconds. And Jayden Scott earns North Carolina's third win of the night.
Just big wins for North Carolina from two guys stepping up in the lineup. Huge against 19th ranked Pitt.
The Panthers, though, do get a win from Cole Matthews. The reigning ACC champion puts Pitt on the board with a big victory over Lackland McNeil. But North Carolina has taken 3 of the 4 bouts. The youngster Jayden Scott puts the Tar Heels back in front by 6.